Dude, oh, this thing. I saw this article from Business Insider that said Gen Z is getting into golf, okay? Gen Z is storming the links. Young Americans are getting into golf and tennis, and they're ruining it for boomers. Like, I don't know if it's true. And actually, my understanding is there is some truth to it, yeah. Maybe it's the wealthier Gen Z or whatever, but they're doing it. However, so I read the article, it's fine, I was gonna bring it up. And then I got this post recommended, which showed Angel Martinez here messaging Grace at Business Insider and saying, hey, hope you've been well. Would you be interested in a feature about Gen Z as golf's newest target market? And then Grace at Business Insider said, hi, thanks for reaching out. It's interesting, but not the right fit for us. And then, what is this, February? And then 2 months later, Grace is tweeting out, Gen Z, she just yoinked and stole it. I read a stolen article, bro. She just got a request and stole it. That's crazy. That's a fucked up thing to do. To openly tell someone, nah, not the right fit, and then steal their theme. Anyway, I'm not going to cancel my Business Insider subscription because she got fired. She got fired once they found out she stole it, apparently. I mean, she says formerly Business Insider, so. But it's a fucked up thing to do. I mean, they could have paid her a normal freelance fee. It wouldn't even cost much. But I do want to read a quote from the article just to see if there's any stats on there. Atrioc, I'm Gen Z and play golf. Well, there's one example. There's one example, folks. Okay. Apparently, during the pandemic, when gyms were closed, there was a spike in solitary leisure sports like tennis, skiing, and golf that has carried through. And there's a sense of, apparently on TikTok, there's like a trend for old money luxury, the aesthetic of looking like a boomer, because that's where all the money is. But what's funny is the article's mostly filled with like boomers complaining that Zoomers are showing up and ruining their game. I'm a get off my lawn kind of guy. Now golf is oversaturated with Zoomers, which is actually kind of base. Too many ring ads today? Bro, my ring fell off. I can't find it. So I tried to buy a new one and now all I get are ring ads. Problem is they don't make a ring big enough. You know the trouble that nobody's got. I need a special size. Turns out sports gambling was a gateway drug. Forgot, I want to mention this. People who get into sports gambling, it turns out don't stop there. It turns out once you get into sports gambling, you are like 10 times more likely to then do other forms of gambling. Blackjack, craps, roulette, whatever, including online blackjack and craps and roulette, which is, turns out, ruining people's financial lives. Turns out it's bad. Robinhood has sports betting now? Recession indicator. Sports betting revenue was up 44.5% this year. Yet my DraftKings stock is only up, it's down. It's down 14%. How's that fair to me? DraftKings is my worst stock? You guys gotta gamble more. You guys gotta gamble more. I know somebody who bets on Chinese table tennis matches because they're fast. That's what you want with gambling. You want to be able to gamble fast so you can make more money quicker. The best thing with gambling is the quickest turnaround because you have an advantage. You are able to beat the odds. You're going to gamble in a lot of places at once. If you get stuck on one thing, you don't get to make as much money. That's how Warren Buffett does it. Yeah, DraftKings is adding online blackjack, roulette, and slot machines. And apparently there's a huge cross-selling. Like, you know how you see sports betting ads everywhere? Once you get into sports betting apps, now they're adding ads in there for real gambling. For like Vegas gambling. So you're just constantly being put down the chain till they've got all your fucking money. Right in their app, so convenient, thank you. And then this quote, like, well, and the sky's blue, dude. The more people gamble and the more culturally acceptable gambling becomes, the more possibility gambling addiction becomes a bigger issue. Wow! Shocker! What team of scientists cooked that up? Who'd have thunk it? Yes, oh wow! We legalized gambling and encouraged it across the entire country and we have more gambling addicts? I can't fucking believe it. I can't fucking believe it. The more you drink, the more alcoholics. Let's keep the gambling train going. I want the US to beat Australia. Ooh, kind of tough to do that. I think Australia's got us mogged. Australia gamblers lose an average. They're the biggest losers per capita. I can't find the exact dollar amount that they lose. Maybe they're just bad at it. They're just bad at it. I can't find losses per capita. Countries that gamble the most. Oh, here it is. Countries with the largest gambling losses per adult. Oh, you have to pay for it. Oh my, how fucked is that? China has the most raw number of gambling addicts. Well, they have the most people, so that makes sense. That's funny. It's about 1,000 per capita annually. I saw that when I was Googling just now, but it's from 2017, so it feels very out of date. I think it's more than $1,000 per gambler per year, which is crazy. Which is crazy. Oh, I found it. I found it. Australians lose $1,555 per person a year. United States, $800 a person. Australians lose about double. And we're number 2 in USD. That's crazy. Australians love to fucking gamble, bro. That means Australia is due. Wait, you're fucking right. That means they just need to fucking bet more. They're the guy with the pickaxe and the diamonds. They're right there, dude. Just power through, Australia. You're about to hit the fucking jackpot. Okay, there's probably other stuff I could talk about, but I can also do it tomorrow. Oh, I really want to talk about Jamie Dimon. Okay, quick update on Jamie Dimon. I just want to do that. Jamie Dimon, if you don't know, is the CEO of JP Morgan Chase, which is the world's largest bank and America's largest bank. Jamie Dimon often comments on the economy and business and yada, 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 and in fact said some kind of pro-Trump stuff around the election. However, he recently said that Trump's agenda is pushing US allies toward China. This is in a Fortune magazine interview. And so I tweeted that Jamie Dimon went woke. I'm trying to find the exact quote, but you know, growing unease under Trump's foreign policy. Again, I just think it's funny because he's obviously the CEO of a fucking bank. He said pro-Trump stuff in the past. He's not like, it's just obvious. It's just obvious that what we're doing is like isolating the country. It could isolate the US under an America alone doctrine. Other countries are rethinking their investment alliances and considering alternatives such as China. The importance of maintaining strong economic and military partnerships. Yeah, so I just wanted to call this out because it's like a, you know, if, I don't know, if Bernie Sanders says it, then people will be like, well, that's just Bernie. Of course he's not going to lie with Trump. But I think like there's a broad spectrum of people realizing how isolating this foreign policy is. This is not good. It's not, yeah, it's bad on both sides. So they got too much USD to move away from America. I think that's a limiting line of thinking because that makes it seem like it's all or nothing. But really what's happening is like, it's what you might call the marginal dollar. You know, it's that extra spend you might do. You know, you sort of maintain your USD reserves, you maintain your investment or slightly decrease it, but then you start diversifying away. Your next project you do with China or you do with something, it's like you start hedging for US exposure risk because of chaos. And that's what's happening. That is what's happening. That's what's happening for governments all over. And so I think, I mean, Canada talked about today. Canada said they're trying to diversify outside of the United States. So like they're not going to completely decouple, of course, but it's just insane to push away one of your closest allies. Did you see Canada's first minister meeting? Honestly, no. No, dude. I like Canadian politics the way I like my coffee. Not at all. Let me check in on the Canadian minister meeting. No, I mean, I'm sure it's interesting. Was it interesting? Did they talk about anything important? Oh, here's what we found out. Canada to expedite nation-building projects to counter Trump. That's the takeaway. They're pushing legislation that fast-track ambitious national projects to boost Canada's economy now faced with Donald Trump's tariffs. This is the best meeting we've had in 10 years, said Doug Ford. Canadian moose parades getting fast-tracked? Hey, listen, that'll boost the economy too. Come on, moose parades? I'm not a Canadian, but if I was and I saw a proud moose marching down the street, I think I would salute. I would stand with pride. I would stand a little taller.